No, now I'm rattled. Because out of the top five, because out of the top five, there's only one Champions League. There's only one team that ain't won Champions League. So let's start talking about that. Let's start talking about that then. I'm gone, man.
That was another episode of Keep It 90. Thank you for tuning in. We love you, and we'll see you next time.
You can't even open the door.
Yo, what's good, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Keep It 90, brought to you by the House of NNESAGA. Thanks to the family at Spotify. We're all inside the studio for It's been a long time, but we're back, and it is amazing to see everyone after such a great weekend of results.
Yeah, man.
But before we go into that, how's everyone's weekends been?
Oh, mine was fantastic. Thank you very much. Thank you for asking me.
No, great weekend was a draw, but anyway, Karen.
No, we're not doing that.
Wait,
We're not doing that.
I'm just saying.
How's the weekend?
I'm just saying.
My weekend was just actually good.
Yeah.
Like, it was just a very good
Love
weekend. I had a really good time. I took myself out on a solo date to go get sushi.
I love that.
I really cleansed and
Self-care.
unwinded, self-care. And I planned for 2025.
You plan for 2025?
Yes.
Wow.
2024, man. PG.
Wow. That's big
Yeah,
still.
because my December, I'm having an operation in December, so I know I'm gonna
your
be.
eye.
Oh, you see, yeah.
don't
All
worry,
of you lot that were saying, "Oh, I didn't know one was a celebration." Yeah, okay.
Wait, but you didn't tell us this.
I'm sorry, guys.
That's
Don't
not right, man. This
I'll
is
tell
going
you-
beyond
I'll
the
tell
pod,
you guys
innit?
after
We'll-
the
Yeah, we'll
pod. I'll
talk
tell you
after,
guys
but don't spring that on us like that, because now I'm affected. I'm affected. Yeah, no, I'm affected. I'm affected
Y'all don't
still.
know?
I'm affected still.
she's
but it's
new.
cool. We'll talk after anyway. Copes, how was your weekend?
Yeah,
A lot
not
of
too
football. You went to watch football as well.
Yeah, I went to go see the City Palace game,
Love that.
WSL. That was good experience. And then for the rest of the weekend, I'll be honest, Gangs of London, I was watching this show.
Big,
But yeah,
serious
I
series.
see the hype.
Serious series. You ain't watched it?
I ain't
Gangs
watching
of
it.
London. You ain't watched Gangs of London?
Nah. Guys,
Oh my
watch that.
days.
Watch
I
that.
find London shows that really corny.
No. This ain't your
Really, really
typical
cool.
London show.
Yeah.
I'm telling you for a
Is it
fact.
like the bill?
Better.
Better than the bill.
I think it's one of the best London
Yeah.
series that we've seen.
100%.
And you lot will love it, because I've been seeing you on your Gunsmoke. I've been seeing you on your Gunsmoke still, and you will love
Yeah.
Gangs of London
Nah, it's
still.
It was serious still.
Really?
Serious.
I was
serious.
hesitant to watch it, and then I watched the first episode. I was like, yeah, it's got me.
Yeah.
It's got me.
Love that.
Yes.
Love
Yeah.
that. Shiz, what you been saying instead of it? Well, not instead of. Outside of just shooting people on COD.
That's all I've been doing this weekend. I can't lie, it's been double XP weekend,
Nah,
so
love
I've been
that.
trying to get in there.
I need to
and
get the game
run.
off. I'm so mad. Flip's sake,
We need
man.
you on there, Sam. We need you on there.
Damn, you lot I'm just seeing your videos. Don't give me that smile. Don't give me that smile. I've been seeing you lot just shooting people, and everyone's saying like this one is like
It's
the
good.
one.
Is it good?
It's good.
Wow, some
Look
brands
at the way
need
he's
to learn.
smiling.
Some of the
Voice
maps could
gone
be
all
better,
deep.
but
Okay.
yeah, no, it's good. It's good.
I love that. I love that. So apart from that, you just been chilling.
Gaming,
Yeah.
gaming, chilling. Looking forward to the next week, and then the next week, and then the next week.
Fair. Prince, what you saying?
I had a little bit of family time. Then that was
that.
Call of Duty, and then football. That was it. I had a real. Do you know what? I had a selfish weekend.
You need that sometimes.
For me, it was for me, but I enjoyed it a lot, and I need to have another one of those this weekend. So yeah, we'll
Nah, I
be
hear
there.
you.
But no,
I
it was
hear
chilled, man. It was chilled.
All right, nice one. Well, let's get straight into
No,
the
how was
football.
yours, Sam?
Isn't it?
It's like, hold on.
How's my weekend? I had my friend's wedding. That was great.
Oh, I saw the
Yeah,
snaps.
The vibes
Great
were there.
time, great
Do you know
time,
what?
great
Sam
time.
was doing a lot of cat.
Shout out Bonks as well, because we've been getting shouted at for the Culture FM thing. That it's just
Love
not gonna.
it.
Oh no, we love it.
We were
Yeah.
dancing
Side
like,
mish.
like
What a side mish they were having.
we
They
were
just-
dancing. Oh my days! When I
Love
watched
it,
that
man.
back, I'm like, damn, you didn't have to look like you was enjoying it that much.
played it cool a little.
Wow,
bit,
just a
you know?
little bit.
Hey.
But boy, yeah, no. So I had a wedding, and then Sunday watched the football. So yeah, let's get straight into the football. We're not going to start on Sunday. We'll start from the Saturday results, and the biggest result from there was two big results, and that is obviously Arsenal losing 1-0 to Newcastle and City losing 2-1 to Bournemouth. I think we're going to start with Arsenal because the aftermath of that result hasn't directly led to Edu coming out and saying he's stepping down as sporting director, but it does seem a bit like, for me, when I saw it, I was like, the timing of this just isn't great because you lost the game everyone's questioning whether you can challenge for the title again. Liverpool are steamrolling, and now you're losing a key cog in the system that played one of the biggest parts in you lot being here right now. So what was the reaction when you saw that this morning?
I don't really know what to feel, if I'm honest with you. It's a bit of a... Edu's done amazing. I mean, we've spoken about it, I think, last week in terms of like the game plan that we've had with Arteta over the last, what was it now?
5 years.
5 years.
Yeah.
He's been instrumental in that in terms of helping to sort of get rid of sort of the quote-unquote deadweight players and just sort of matching Arteta's vision in terms of the personnel we've needed to sort of get where we are. So to see someone go like that is a bit... Yeah, it does cut a bit, because you do start to think, okay, what's going on behind the scenes, especially when I was starting to read stuff today. Apparently, a lot of people actually like respect and actually like really like Edu, even outside of it. Like, I think I read something where even other sporting directors across the league, they actually like working with Edu. So he's someone who's well respected in and out of the Arsenal Football Club. So to see someone that instrumental in where we are now, where we're trying to compete for a title, it's a bit like, whoa, okay, what's next? And what sort of... and the fact that he's not staying for, hopefully, which will be the final part of the journey, which is to eventually get that Premier League title. It's a bit like, it stings a bit. It does sting.
Shiz, what are you saying? Oh, and do you see the other side of it? Because obviously I hear your sentiment because of the role he played, but then there's been a lot of Arsenal fans saying, they've been saying Edu and the way he's done negotiations, the speed of the negotiations, the fact that you've not got certain targets that you would have wanted, the fact that you've signed certain players, depending on how you view it as a fan, you might agree with it or not agree with it. Do you see Coach's side fully, or do you see the other side and say, okay, this might be an opportunity to get someone with more experience?
Yeah, I definitely see the other side. I'm someone who's very like Switzerland on this. Like, I feel like in a way it's like, yeah, cool. He came in as a technical director with Arteta. Then obviously he was promoted to sporting director, and he's done all of that great work behind the scenes with Arteta. But then on the other side, it's like, I'm sorry, that transfer window that we just had was low-key a bit of a disaster. And it's like, at the end of because I was there at the end of the game, at the end of the season game with Arsenal, and you could hear Arteta talking to the crowd saying that this isn't where we end, we want more. We don't settle for this. We're going bigger. Like, don't worry. We had Edu coming out saying, trust me, like, trust in this window. We're going to get what we need to get over the line. And it's like, we needed attacking options. We got Calafiori, Marino, and Sterling. Sterling on deadline day. Bearing in mind, the Marino deal took God knows how long to get over the line. And then it's like, what exactly was Edu doing in all of this time? Because I feel like there was so much time wasted, and we knew what we needed, but we just weren't getting it. And then we get rid of Fabio Vieira, we get rid of Smith Rowe, our only two attacking options, and didn't replace them. So it gets to a point where it's just like, what were you doing? Like, yeah, fair enough, you've managed to get all the deadwood out. That's great. That's one part of your job. Now, the second part is getting us over the line. And it just felt like that transfer window that just went was a dud. Like, it's like, what do we do from here? And then now we're seeing a couple games in the results that we weren't expecting to have because of that transfer window. And let's be real, it's because of that transfer window, because Odegaard isn't here. We didn't have a solid replacement to actually replace him because we were doing what? And then I'm seeing this whole video on deadline day of Edu smiling, eating Domino's pizza, talking about, yeah, we got it over the line with Sterling. Like, that's not, I'm sorry, that's not good enough for me and this team and where we want to go. So I feel, there's been a lot of conversation about the partnership with Arteta and Edu, because we know that the Cronkies... You know that
the Domino's pizza is crazy, bro. And fans are asking for players, and you're eating
Domino's pizza.
That's crazy.
And you have a whole tactical sheet on the board behind you while you're recording. But I don't know. Like, obviously, again, it's a mix between Arteta and Edu and their partnership, because we know that the Kroenkes left them to deal with like transfers and all of that stuff. So I don't know if it's all Edu. I don't know if it's also Arteta. There's a lot of conversations where people are saying that Arteta's like, he's been given too much responsibility right now and he might be pushing for players, and Edu's like, no. And then he's having to cave in because Arteta's just hell-bent on this player. But I don't know if that's really the case. I don't know if Edu was the one who pushed for Sterling. It's really difficult to understand what's going on. But I don't know, maybe in ways I feel like there was a power shift or a power struggle between the two of them. And one just said, I'll just walk and then you have it your way, or you never know. There's so much
interesting
stuff.
Anita, how do you feel Arteta's feeling right now? Because like she said, they've been working hand in hand for this whole rebuild.
Yeah.
And what was making me think about like what Edu's thinking, from what you were saying, was that maybe he's thinking like the battle is it's almost like it's never ending. Obviously, it's never ending at every club. Yeah. But with Arsenal, because of where they've come from and where they are now, it's that he can never really do a great job, because you always will want more in a sense. Like there's been wood that you've wanted to get rid of in your squad. And yes, we can say that he's done that. But then, like you said, the other side of it, I think because of Arsenal's financial situation, yes, you're in a better place, but you're still not in like the perfect place to be able to slap like a 70, 60 mil for another forward after certain decisions. So every decision Edu makes and Arteta make has to be perfect. Yep. And they've got some right and they've got some wrong, but most sporting directors aren't perfect. So do you feel like he's kind of being not I wouldn't say being done dirty in a sense, but do you feel like Arteta's gonna miss him?
It's difficult to say. Like she said, we don't know what has happened behind closed doors. We don't know where they started to disagree. We don't know how they've fallen out. We don't know what times they've left on either. And all I can say from the reports, it looks like Arteta's going to be fine because he gets to choose who comes in next. They've literally given him the keys and given him the full reign to get who he wants, whatever he wants. So going forward, now you know if the transfers don't work, it's all on Arteta. There's no hiding behind Edu no more. It's going to be all on the manager. And I think that's a lot of pressure because I obviously, I hate to like bring it back to Chelsea, but it's all I know. I look at when Tuchel had the keys and when Tuchel brought in the talent that he ID'd, and it wasn't great. And sometimes managers see things that other people don't see, which is fair, but sporting directors are there so they can see everything on a full scale. So it's going to be interesting to see who Arteta brings in and the transfers going forward, because if he has that much power to bring in another sporting director, that man's there for a very long time.
You know what? I saw that article and I think the person who worded that article didn't word it properly. They said that they would assume that Arteta would want to be the one to pick that sporting director, but there was not actually anything that says that he was actually picking. Because if that was the case, you're giving that guy way too much power without trophies. Yeah. It's not good enough. If he brought in the trophies and it's like, I mean, shit. If
it's like Pep,
you bring in the trophies, like we're going to give you the keys and all the keys and everything, even the backup keys. But you can't give someone that much power. Like no one is bigger than the club. That's as simple as that. No one's bigger than the club. Bring in a sporting director that Arsenal believe can take us somewhere. I don't want no internal promotions. I don't want that. I want someone that's outside that can bring a fresh perspective and that can help Arteta with his attacking talent ID, because it's not there.
Who in that club, right? I look at the Conkeys and I just think, okay, who are they going to appoint to take control of that decision in the hierarchy?
Bring me that Brighton guy.
Hierarchy.
I think he's probably at Chelsea.
What, the Brighton? No.
Yeah, he's at Chelsea.
He must be.
With the way that we've been taking their players.
He's taking all of them.
But who's going to make that decision? Like, who's actually going to bring them in?
That's the thing. I think now it's going to be at a point where Arsenal, because it is a decision that they didn't see coming, they're going to have to... I wouldn't be surprised if Arteta has a lot more say in the decision because of the fact that they weren't able to plan for it and they were so used to the system. And like, even if you wasn't going to win a trophy this year, fans, you'll be upset, but you definitely would have got top 4. That means more revenue for Champions League, more eyes on you, everything. It still would have been working out business-wise, but as fans, okay, we're not winning a trophy, or you could win Carabao FA Cup, but you'd still want more type of thing. Yeah. But I was going to say to Prince, do you feel like the start of this season played a part in Edu's decision? Because obviously there's rumours that he's going to Nottingham Forest to have a more senior role in there. They've got like a multi-club situation going on. But obviously Arsenal haven't started the season that well. They lost again. Are you seeing them? Is it too much to say that they're regressing at this point?
Do you know what? I think it's a little bit too much. The only reason I'm going to say that, I see Coach looking at me. I know he's just don't worry, your time comes. So, you know what it is, right? I'm going to be honest with you. We're only 10 games in. It's not business end yet. January window always matters. I think I think it's a bit too much of an overreaction. I know Arsenal are not where they want to be, and I think it's built up frustration for the last 2 seasons, isn't it? So it's not really nothing too major. They're not as great as they were last season, I would say, or maybe which one was it? No, last season when you lot really was that defensive.
Yeah, it was last year.
They were a lot better, yeah.
So
And
I think that, but then you got to remember sometimes that season that Arsenal had last year was an anomaly,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So because it was so good defensively, you got to understand it will naturally regress them. It's the similar thing to like when players have a mad goal scoring season. Haaland scored 50 in his first. It's naturally that he's not going to bag it every single. You know what I mean? It's normal. It is normal, man. Don't panic too much yet. Panic later on. We'll be there.
No, but okay, I get what you're saying, and I agree to a certain extent, and I'm not going to an extreme saying that Arsenal aren't going to win the league or like that it's completely over and all of this stuff, because it's not over. But what I see Arsenal fans doing a lot in group chats, online, whatever it is, it's like, because of last season and how we started last season, automatically the end of your season is going to be exactly how your end of the season was last year. And my thing is that you are not that team to be saying that you can expect you to start this way and end this way, like a City, for example. They're the only team in the last decade that we can say if they start poor, they're going to end strong, because we've seen it on multiple occasions. Yeah. With Arsenal, we haven't seen that. And we're seeing you in a situation where you're having an attacking crisis because your captain's injured, you're over-reliant on Saka, your midfield balance isn't there when you've signed more midfielders. You're defensively, at the start of the season, they were comparing Saliba and Gabriel to certain partnerships. And it's like, there is like it's always an overreaction. It's either you're this great or you're this bad. I feel like because of the fact that you haven't won anything in a long time, there's like more of a panic when these type of results happen. So for example, Bournemouth versus City, they've lost that game. No one is counting them out of the title. But a lot of the conversation I'm seeing from Arsenal fans, this isn't even anyone else, Arsenal fans saying it's done. Next year we go again. Why do you feel like it's so extreme on both ends?
That was a good question, by the way. I like that one.
Thanks, man.
Good question.
I've tried.
I go lie.
I said that shit.
I said it because I'm like, it's like what we said. I hear what you're saying. Yeah, obviously only City is capable of doing certain things. Yeah, but this is now 2 seasons where we have seen that when you drop points to teams that let's not say you shouldn't drop points, because we're in the Premier League, you can drop points to anybody, right? But it's like there's games that we know we can win, and we just don't.
Yeah.
It's stuff like that just makes me feel like, how many more seasons are we going to have this before we actually sit here and say we've won the league? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, so that is the reason why personally I had a bit of a turmoil on that Saturday where I was just like, yeah, it's not happening.
And it's also the respect factor. Like like at the end of the day, you have to respect City and Liverpool and their track record as well.
Yeah.
So before those results on the weekend, if City had won that, Liverpool won that, there is now a distinct gap of which, based on history, it will be we're heavily reliant on City and Liverpool to drop those points in order for us to catch them. Even if we went on an amazing run, you're now very reliant on two. Well, yeah, exactly. 2 juggernaut teams that have been here before, and they know what to do to get to where they need to by the end of the season. So I think that's just why it was that extreme sort of like panic from Arsenal until obviously the City result. And that sort of balance things back again.
But that's what I'm saying. I feel people are sleeping on Liverpool, but we'll get onto them when we talk about their game. To finish this section, I feel like we should go through the signings that EDU has made, and we'll just have hit or miss. Of what we think the signings have been. So we'll start from the window that just gone. Neto from Bournemouth, the goalkeeper. I feel like that's too soon. Raheem Sterling, hit or miss?
Miss.
Just quick ones.
Miss.
I know that's right.
You too?
Miss. Well, y'all can keep him.
Hell no.
Cedric Suarez.
Miss.
Yeah, miss.
Willian.
Miss.
Sorry, I forgot he was there.
Declan Rice.
Hit.
Kai Havertz.
Hit.
You guys can get involved as well.
No,
you guys get involved. No, I want to hear you.
There's hella Chelsea.
Okay, Kai Havertz.
Hit.
Hit for what he's turned into, as opposed to what he was signed for.
Miss.
Fair enough. Ben White.
Hit.
Gabby Jesus.
Him miss.
Yeah.
Him miss.
Him miss.
Him miss, yeah.
I love him. Yeah, you know how much I love Gabby Jesus, but actually, no, I was at the time hit.
I was gonna say at the time here. Unfortunately for him, ever since that knee injury in the World Cup,
Yeah.
he's not quite
I'm gonna
recovered
say
from
hit.
it.
I'm gonna
So
say
the
hit.
first 3 months,
Yeah,
that's what
Honestly.
you're saying is a hit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
honestly.
Fair
yeah.
enough.
I'm gonna go
Thomas Partey.
hit.
Hit.
You can just say anything.
It's a difficult one for Thomas Partey. I'd rather skip this one.
Fair enough. Calafiori.
Hit.
Yeah, I mean too soon.
Too
Yeah,
soon.
I mean, it's too
Yeah.
soon, but I will say
But
hit.
he's
For what I've seen so
good.
far,
He's
yeah,
good.
hit, yeah,
Urine Timber.
hit.
Hit.
Too soon as well
I still
for
think
me.
he's a hit.
But he's good.
I think for what we've seen, the versatility and what he can do.
That was great ID.
No,
Yeah.
I want to see how he survives injury-wise.
Odegaard.
Hit.
Hit.
Fabio Vieira.
Then they compare
Not
him
giving a
to...
chance.
Yeah,
And he also wasn't signed to hit the ground running, by the way. He was signed for that development.
Fair enough.
So
That's fair
So
enough.
I'm gonna say hit.
Zinchenko.
It's okay to say miss.
I'll go miss.
Miss.
Yeah. Moreno. Too soon.
Too soon.
Miss,
Miss.
miss,
I
man, miss,
don't know
miss
why
me,
he
miss me,
bought
miss
in.
me with that one.
I'm
man.
sorry,
Really?
I'm
Miss me
sorry.
with it. Miss me with
God
that. Miss
I'm
me
not,
with
really,
that.
I'm not really seeing why.
Miss me with it.
God
Miss me
I'm,
with it.
I'm
damn.
gonna say too soon. I'll say too soon, but I just don't understand why. I just
Yeah.
feel like it's because he's Spanish and it's Mikel's namesake.
Really?
Genuinely, why he's there. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not.
You're not feeling him either.
I'll be honest with you. I think I said it before. I didn't really know too much about him,
Yeah.
and I felt like there's other members in that Real Sociedad squad that I did know of. Yeah. Then I heard that he was a part of Newcastle squad at one point, and that's when I knew, all right, there's a red
Threw you
flag
off,
here.
yeah.
From when you've been at a Premier League team before and I don't really know who you are, I was like, yeah, this is, I'm not
not-
sure about
yeah.
this one.
Not making
And so
sense.
far, I've not seen anything that great in regards to him. If anything, what was it? Is it a Bournemouth game? He was terrible.
Yeah.
One of them games. So, man, miss me with that one.
Interesting. And he was supposed to unlock Martinelli and he's still locked up. But next, David Raya.
Hit.
Hit.
Ramsdale.
Hit.
I agree.
hit,
I
hit,
agree.
hit.
Gabriel.
Hit.
Trossard.
Hit.
Hit.
It sounds like he's got more hits than
QEO.
misses.
Hit for the price. Yeah. For the price and what
Okay.
you're, and
And where
the,
he plays.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Hit.
Tomiyasu.
Hit.
Hit. It's just injury.
It's just the injuries.
Lo-
Yeah. It's
Lokonga.
miss.
Oh my God.
Jorginho.
Hit.
Hit.
Tavares.
Miss.
Miss.
Pablo Mari.
Miss.
Yeah.
Matt Turner.
Miss.
Oh, we're getting there now.
Marquinhos.
Miss.
Okay, so I feel like it's quite even. I feel like he's had a few hits and misses, and for a sporting director that just came into that role
It's
for such a big club, I don't think he's done that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
I just want to quickly throw out there that I feel like some of them misses, like Shizelle said, were not brought in just to be right now.
Yeah.
So when we're talking about some of these things, I think Arsenal fans need to be a bit more fair. Some of them were project-based players. Project-based.
But I think it's just
Marquinhos
I
is a
feel like
project-based player.
it's difficult for Arsenal though because
There was in the
state of
transition.
yeah, but it's like you still expect to win. Like, do you know what I mean? Like top clubs, let's be honest, we don't expect top clubs to go through these transitional periods without winning.
But
Like,
when was Marquinhos bought?
it doesn't say, but I
don't
feel
know,
like it
couple
was a
years
few
ago.
seasons ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a couple years
Was
ago.
it not? Was he not bought in that season where you lot suddenly sprang up? Was it? I feel. Am I getting that confused? Because you got to remember, Arsenal actually sprung up. They went when they started doing this title race. They done it like seasons early, like a season or two early. So players that were bought then was built up to be like, all right, we're gonna be ready in a couple seasons, but Arsenal were just ready now. So it was like, it's sometimes you got to look at it like that.
The
as
only
well.
thing with someone like Marquinhos is I've not really heard too much about him, and I remember at Norwich he didn't do that well on loan. And I just feel now he's been at the club
a couple of years.
what
and he ain't broke through.
about
Yeah, and he
3
ain't
years
broke
now,
through.
and
No, I get
again
what
we're
you
not
mean,
really
innit?
hearing much of him, and
But-
he's nowhere near the first team. So as
Then
it
it's
stands,
anyone if you're not the first team. That's another thing with Arteta. Like, it's hard to judge these players when
Very
Arteta
key.
doesn't even want to give them 10
Yeah.
minutes.
yeah, it's true.
Ethan Wanyeri, everyone's saying that he deserves a shout. And I think he does, but I think it's just difficult. I see both sides, but we could talk about Arsenal forever. Let's talk about some of the other results. We had the
Yeah, we didn't
Africa.
talk about their result against Newcastle.
No, we did.
Did we?
Yeah, we
We
kind of.
didn't
really
go into that.
But to be fair, yeah, we didn't really, but it's fine. We move on.
I
Let's
don't
do-
know.
push for time.
I want to hear your
Russ
thoughts about it.
We were ass.
Yeah, weren't good.
100%. We were ass. Like there's no left or right, nothing about it. It's just,
No, but was
it's
that
the
result shocking?
Tactically, I feel like we could have done better. That you see, the thing is with me and how Arsenal's been moving. Yeah, I'm the kind of person that's like, if we lost last season, get the get back, bro. It's that same thing with Aston Villa. We got the get back when we went back to Villa Park. So my thing is that you go to Newcastle, you say that cool, they got the goal, and you feel like the ball went out, whatever. You come to St. James's Park, and it's not an easy place to go to. We all know this, right? We know it's not an easy place to go to. We've gone to St. James's Park, and I just feel like we just didn't play like we wanted to win. Tactically, we were rubbish. You kept on trying to do set pieces, throwing the ball in the air with a tall-ass squad like Newcastle has. It doesn't make sense. It wasn't going anywhere. We were flat. We had no career. One shot on target again in 90 minutes. That's the same at Bournemouth. Like, that's like, what are we doing here? It was flat. It wasn't good enough. We were crap.
Fair enough.
So
That's fair enough.
How do you wait? Come on.
No. We got to move on. We got to move on.
The one
There's
time
two
they
other teams.
lose
Yeah, nah,
without
we gotta
no
move on.
refereeing decision.
Nah, yeah, I know, but we got to move on.
But
We
no
got to move
Arsenal
on.
fan is complaining about the referee.
Yeah,
I
no
just
one's
want
not
if there was a refereeing decision,
how to rectify this
fine.
for the rest of the season.
Nah. We ain't
It
got
looks like
time.
no Odegaard, no points.
He's looking,
It's looking like no Odegaard, no points. I just want to understand what's
We've got
next.
points without Odegaard.
Yeah.
We went to Villa Park and got 2 goals.
And then against
So we
Bournemouth,
can do it.
but it is a thing where Arteta does need to look at his tactics a bit without Odegaard.
Yeah.
It's a fact.
Yeah.
Okay, it is worrying. It can't be one guy goes and the whole team.
Pushes it through Trossard because he just doesn't want to play someone who
Ethan.
can create. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see how Arsenal react to these losses, because it's not something that we're used to in recent history. But again, Arteta, if he's going to have to prove that he's made for the top job. All right, cool. Let's move on to the Africa El Clasico. Chelsea versus Manchester United ended 1-1.
Wait. Africa or Classic?
Yeah.
It is,
No,
man.
it
It
is. Like, it genuinely is like the biggest game in Africa.
You
bro.
go anywhere in Africa, they are sitting down and watching that.
Facts.
Oh.
And I saw one watch along that just had me like creasing. One Tony ripped one.
Yeah, you rich a person shot. I was like,
I didn't even
whoa.
clock. But okay, let's talk about the game, because it wasn't that great. That will probably was
It
the
was
best
dire.
thing about it.
Yeah.
That game at Old Trafford is always bad. I don't know
Yeah.
why. I don't know what they do there, but I feel like United prepared to have a slow, sluggish game, and Chelsea conformed to how United were playing. But I also believe that Enzo Maresca went into that game not wanting to lose. And when you're a new manager going into Old Trafford, let's be honest, you're gonna have a few doubts, or you're gonna change up
Love
the
it.
way you play and all of this stuff.
Love-
You can say you don't. You can
Sorry,
say,
love it.
I'm just saying the reality.
Yeah.
Like, they haven't won there since 2013.
10 years.
There's
Yeah,
been a
man,
lot
same,
of
yeah.
managers that have come in between. Yes, Chelsea are at a good spot, but at the same time, when we look at the game, there were actually chances for Chelsea to win that game, and there were chances for Chelsea to lose that game.
The thing is,
because
like-
United are always going to be like that at Old Trafford.
Yeah, but I'm not disagreeing with you, by the way. I just don't want to give Enzo an excuse for that, because
It's not an excuse,
whether
it's
you're
just
going,
reality.
whether you're going to Old Trafford or you're going to Anfield, we are Chelsea. Your aim should always be to win. I didn't think we was going to win, by the way, because like you said, we haven't won at Old Trafford in over a decade. Like, I went into that match thinking, if we leave with something, we're leaving with a point, right? But I would have preferred for our team to go out there and fight for that win. The same way they fought for the win at Stamford Bridge, the same way they could have taken that game yesterday, and they didn't. And it's just a bit like, okay, I didn't think we were going to win anyway, but is that an excuse? Yeah.
What are you saying, Prince?
Disappointed.
Yeah.
Do you
I
know
feel
what
like
it was?
most Chelsea fans are, though.
I said it last week when we was online. I said the fact that Ten Hag's not there, that has taken our win. I just knew. I had a funny feeling, and I said I'd been saying it the whole week. And the funniest thing is, I said to my dad, and I can't remember. I think I said to one of my boys. I think it might have been Shams, right? And I said, we're not gonna win that game, and we're gonna give them a goal, and it's gonna come through Sanchez or Fofana. And I said it, and I quoted it because I knew every single week. Do you know what frustrates me about it? You know, a lot of times the goals that we concede, we give them a goal. We give a team a goal every game.
Every game.
Yeah.
Every game.
Yeah.
No.
No.
And the thing is, because I know you lot, we also lost to Newcastle. We gave them the goals, though.
We gave
We gave them the goal.
On
We
the
passed to
plates.
their strike. Like, do you get what I
On
mean?
their
It's like,
plates.
it's so annoying. And then the thing is, it was like the game was just, out of everything, there was like little moments where Man United also played little moments, and then Chelsea, there was little moments where we're ticking the ball, and I'm like, right, this is the moment. Cole Palmer went missing again. He weren't terrible, but just went missing. Where's the injection? Why did we sign João Felix?
Talk about it.
Well, yeah,
It's not a missing thing.
No, he didn't.
It's
No,
not a
he
missing
didn't.
thing.
Like,
I
just
get what you're
weren't
saying.
great.
You
He
see
weren't-
how these Arsenal fans are smug.
No, but you know what it
This
is.
is why I wanted to
No,
dwell.
but
No,
but let's be honest, yeah. I wanted, yeah, Cole Palmer to take that game by the scruff of the neck.
Like he took both. the other games last season.
like he did, yeah, last season, like he did against him. Even Man City last season, when he was like, yeah, cool, I'm facing my old team. I'm gonna
on
take
it.
the game by the scruff of the
Yeah,
neck.
yeah,
The man
facts.
scored the goals and all these things. It was like, I wanted him to do it. He done it at Old Trafford last year when he ran and scored that goal. Like, I wanted
Yeah.
to see, like, this season he hasn't stepped up as of yet in these big games, and it's nothing against him. He's brilliant, and you can't do it every game. But then Maresca, if he's not shining, there's João Felix there. There's Nkunku there. I need to see changes.
Yeah,
That's
think
it.
That's what I agree with you on, because I do feel like Chelsea need to also come away from this kind of
Strict
routine.
11.
Not even strict 11, but the routine of running things through Palmer.
Yeah, oh,
So,
yes,
do you know what I
yeah,
mean? Like, we did it
yeah.
with Eden
There's other
Hazard.
outlets.
Yeah, we did it with Eden Hazard. And it was fine with him because he's one of the best players in the world at the time, right? Cole Palmer is still young, he's still a raw talent, and he's still got things to learn, right? And he's still got a lot to prove.
I thought he was the best player in the Prem.
Don't worry about that, man. He still is. And he's still got a lot to learn, man.
The best player in the Premier is Caicedo, by the way. But we'll talk.
Oh, yeah,
We'll talk about it.
No, but go on. Carry on.
But there's just so much left for Cole Palmer to prove for us to continue playing through him every single game. And that's where I want to pull on Enzo and see where can he make the change that doesn't upset Chelsea fans too? Because he's got to look at it this way. He's got to please Chelsea fans. So he does. He actually does.
No, I get what you mean.
Taking off your best player on the pitch, whatever you replace it with, it has to work. There's a lot of pressure on that.
And I agree, but I just want to say one thing. Also remember when we was in the dark days, who was that hero? It was João Felix. That minute he came on, when it was like the minute he came on against Fulham, when he came on that first game against Fulham, he had the Chelsea fans actually believe again.
Yeah, but that was like
No,
one
but
game,
it don't matter though. What I'm trying to say is, I don't think Chelsea fans are going to be upset if you take off Cole Palmer and you bring on João Felix. I don't think there's going to be a Chelsea fan upset.
If it doesn't work.
My thing is, yeah,
But we got to try it.
I get what you.
20 minutes to go. Come on, Sammy.
Nah,
Give Felix
because
some minutes
because
as well.
the thing is, to justify it, Felix has to come on and bang purely because Cole Palmer is always that player that will score a last minute goal or have a last minute chance. He's always that player for Chelsea. Always.
But the thing is, again, outside in looking at, because I'm not a Chelsea fan, I'm not being funny. You say that, but Nkunku 50 million, Felix is about 50 million. These are players which you should feel comfortable bringing on.
We do,
to,
we do.
No,
but it's Enzo.
I'm just gonna put my hand up.
Sorry.
That's how look.
I've been wanting to say something.
Sorry,
you know what?
sorry,
I saw that look. I said,
go,
oh,
go,
Conversations
go.
bypassing me. And I got on things to say. You know what I mean?
I'm just
No, but-
seeing him like.
Like it's tennis.
Bro, because you know what it is? I agree with everything that everyone is saying. Like, no one is not saying a fact about like how Enzo is like moving with the squad. But at the same time, you said earlier it's 10 games in, so he's still understanding this side. Like, these are big games. Like, Old Trafford, regardless of who they are, is a Old Trafford. Like, so you can't. It is, because we ain't won there in 10 years. They've been worse than this, and we ain't won there. So the reality is, we can't look at that game and say, "Oh, it's a guaranteed win." Yes, I was way more confident, but in the back of my mind, I still thought we were gonna draw or lose. So when Rasmus went through on goal and they gave away a penalty and Bruno scored, I was like, "Cool, we need to not lose this game," and then step up the best midfielder in the league this season, Moises Caicedo, to save Chelsea. And the reason why that goal
Funny how they say that when Rodri's injured, isn't it?
no, fair enough. But we'll take it. But the reason why the reason why that goal meant so much, the reason why that goal meant so much, because I feel like Chelsea fans have been raving about how good he's been for a long time.
Yeah, it has been.
And when he's been under the limelight, the games when they're like 8:30 or. There's not been like, he's had a few outstanding games this season, but last season it was just like, oh, you're just saying it. You're just saying it. Now you are seeing who cost 100 mil, because he is all over the pitch. He can score a goal. He can get an assist. He can break up play. The link up he has with Lavia, it's like, it's just crazy that you're seeing what we wanted to see. Because you know when you sign players, you're like, it might not work out. There's too many players, this, that. That's
Especially
one
big
thing I have to
players.
rate Enzo for. Because he said this two is the two that makes sense for the team and I'm playing them.
And you know what? Thank God.
Yeah, he needed to. He
He
to
was
do it.
robbed
Thank
of player of the
God.
match though. They gave it to Cole Palmer.
No, he didn't. No, Caicedo got it in
In the actual
game.
match.
Palmer got it on
It's
the
the Premier League.
He
The
got
Premier
it.
League
He
app
got
is
it.
broken.
No, but obviously it's England, innit? It's England.
I didn't like that.
Two nutmegs and that, and everyone
Nah,
goes.
nah.
And the thing
I
is,
didn't like that at all.
nutmeg
But you know what it
sweet
is?
though.
I feel like the Cole Power narrative is so interesting because, like, when you look at it on face value, all I'm seeing is opposing fans saying, "Oh, he doesn't turn up in big games," and then when we tell you about the goals or assists or key passes or whatever in other games last season, they're saying, "Oh, it was either a penalty or he didn't have the pressure he has this season." The game yesterday, he should have done more.
Yeah.
Factually, he got into positions where he could have done more. The reality is, you're not going to perform in every single game, but that's where I want him to step up to be at a point where if I'm not the person that is shining, I'm going to give it to a Neto or give it to a Noni for them to do something. The only problem with that is the other side, Noni didn't play that great.
No, he didn't.
Neto was trying, so you could have fed him. Jackson didn't really get fed. So that's where I feel like Palmer, in terms of his maturity, which he will get, bro, his second full season in the league.
Yeah.
He will start understanding how he can be more of an impact. And Enzo says in interviews that he's being great, but he can do more. He says that about everyone, and that's why I rate it.
And it's a stepping stone season, man. It's nothing to worry about too much. At the end of the day, is Palmer's second season? Enzo Maresca in top flight, first season. Let's just chill out. We're fourth.
Hey, listen,
Joint with Arsenal,
I'm
boy.
easy. We're in front of Arsenal right now.
Boy,
I don't know.
big game next
Might
week,
as well
though.
tell
But
me,
we
I
can
mean,
talk about that.
Hey.
I'm not gonna lie. That is shame. That is shame. But you know what? I'll be real though. After the last 2 seasons we have had, I never expected to be here.
Facts.
Before Enzo got assigned as our man, I never expected to be here.
At some point, you're going to come
This
back.
was always my expectation.
No, because
no.
I've just got high standards.
No, but you're lying.
I'm not lying.
No,
I've
you
got
are
high
blatant.
standards.
No, I'm not gonna
I have
lie.
high
Hey,
standards.
Anita, this is
I
shameless.
have
High
Yeah.
standards.
Anita, this
My
is
standards
shameless.
For Chelsea.
Hey, we're gonna get. You know what I'm gonna do?
Did I not say we're
I'm
winning
gonna
the
get
league the other
I'm gonna
day?
get the game clips of the way you was talking about
Go
how
ahead.
we were gonna
Even
be.
just in our
Go
chats,
ahead.
Bro.
where you talk about Chelsea
Screenshot.
last season,
Go
you're
ahead.
not being honest. But
Nah,
Go
that's
ahead.
horrid. That's horrid.
Yeah, but last season, when I said when we got Pochettino, I sat here on the first episode and I told you guys we're not doing shit with Pochettino. I told you guys.
No, hold on. So
no,
you're
I
telling
told
me
you
you
guys.
expected that we was gonna be in
Because
this position
our
this
squad is
season?
good.
I'm not having that. No,
Our squad
I'm
is
not having
good.
that. I'm not
That's
having
not
that because
honest.
I've been in chats with
That's
you.
not
innit?
honest.
So
That's not honest.
Nah,
That's
I've been
not
in
our squad is
chats.
good. I have high
No,
standards.
that's
you're,
not
you're
honest. That's
actually
not honest.
lying,
That's not honest.
and everyone that is listening, don't listen to
That's
Anita.
shameful.
No
That's
shame.
Because she's wearing a Chelsea shirt that we're gonna think that you're the type of Chelsea.
Yo guys, you've reached halftime here at Keep It 90. If you like what you hear or see, make sure you give us a follow on all platforms. And also make sure you comment as well. Would love to hear what you lot think.
Anyway, let's move on to Bournemouth versus City because they lost 2-1.
Hey, yo.
Bournemouth are a tough side, man.
Yeah.
When we beat them at Vitality, everyone we said it was a tough
struggled.
game. everyone has struggled there.
We struggled.
Not everybody can win there.
Not everyone, and it's a thing
That's
of
shameless.
you have
Very
you have to respect what Iraola is doing. You have to respect.
I hear
You have
it.
to respect Semenyo.
Yes.
The whole
yes.
team.
brilliant.
He is an Arsenal fan. The whole team is clicking to a point, and we're not even deep in. They lost their top goal scorer last season.
Oh,
Yes.
We've
yeah.
not even mentioned that.
that's true.
Oh,
That's
my
not even a
gosh.
narrative.
I
Yeah.
didn't even think of that. You know.
Yeah,
But
same.
what we saying
Who-
for City though? Like what's the key takeaways for City? Are they in trouble?
No. You know what? Do you know what it is, right? And we do this every year, and the thing is, it's so
But
frustrating.
no, but this time is worse though. 13 outfield
we've
players.
we've been there.
No, but
Listen.
we've been there.
No, but we've been there with City. We've seen it like so many times. It's like
Not with this many injuries,
No,
though.
but they always do this where I feel like City do it for their own entertainment sometimes.
What, get injured?
Yeah.
Brother.
De Bruyne was gone last year, and then he comes back and wins. Like it's just boring. Like, are you actually really hurt? Like, are you not really doing this? Or you just
I think the difference is, all the difference makers from last season are all
gone.
out.
Yeah,
and
okay.
they're out for
Or
a
out of
long
form.
time.
all right?
So Rodri's not coming back this
No,
season.
because Foden, he's not out, but he's out of form.
Foden's out of form, and it's like, is he gonna get back into form this season?
If
We
he
don't
catches
know.
it, if he catches
If he
it,
catches it, fine. But
he
I
nearly
think-
scored at the end of that Bournemouth game, and I said, I think we watched it, innit? And when Foden almost scored, I said, right, if he scored that would have been the kickstart of whatever he needs to get back into.
Yeah,
It was mad.
100%. But at the same time, it's okay to say that right now, City do look a little bit like...
They do. They're not playing great football.
Yeah, like right now. Like, we're not counting them out for when the season ends.
But then this time last season, were they playing great football?
Well, this is it. They always have a
They
shaky
weren't.
start to the
They
season,
weren't.
don't
This
So
time
is
last
the
season,
problem.
they were
They
not
weren't
playing great
playing
football.
great football, but they still started well.
They started well this season.
Yeah, they started well, but then
After the international break,
towards this time last season, I'm sure they weren't playing well.
They never really. That's the problem. That's their history, isn't it? Though
You
the start of the season, they never
that there were still games where a Rodri will pull out something
Yeah, they would.
out of nowhere.
I get what you, but they still
ain't
got John
that.
Stones. They still got guys that
look
could
at the
do
people
it.
you're saying. John Stones, Vardy,
let's
are your
not-
best attacking players right now.
Let's
That's
not disrespect them,
scary.
though.
I'm not
They've pulled
disrespecting them.
through.
I'm not disrespecting them, but it's still a little bit like, right, if these are your best attacking players that are defenders right now, you can still look at City and say, Liverpool are currently on a very good run.
and I hear
Mohamed
it.
Salah's doing like squad chants, and
the
you're just
football,
thinking,
and the football that they're playing, the football that Liverpool are playing, for example, is the type of football that doesn't look
not
like it's like
scintillating.
But it
it's
gets
not-
the results.
Exactly. It's not like Klopp where you're like, oh, they're gonna get fatigued by the end of the season.
Yeah.
They're not playing that way. They're a lot calmer in the way they're approaching games. Trent is defending,
like properly.
like seriously, like taking pride
And
in
he-
defending.
and he's
Yeah,
doing
trying to get
well.
that Real Madrid
Like-
move.
He's
Like-
doing
Like-
well
doing well.
because he's actually what I've realized as well. He's actually scaring defenders. Do you know like when you lot face them, when we face them, it's like take on Trent,
Yeah.
take him on, and it's like wingers are not trying to do that no more. And I'm like,
I mean, Martinelli's not trying to do that.
bro,
I'll tell you one
Sancho
right
weren't
now.
trying to do
To
like
be
we
honest.
no,
Nah,
but we
a
had
lot
the
of- a
same
lot of
thing.
teams,
A
a
lot
lot
of
of teams.
defenders in the games that they're facing Trent, where that used to be the tactic. Let's take on Trent. It's like it's the opposite now, and it's strange.
Even with, we'll talk about Liverpool soon, because remember I told you guys they're going to win the league. But anyway, we'll talk about them soon, yeah. But looking at the trajectory that Liverpool's currently on, unless Liverpool get an injury or two, I don't see them slowing down and I don't see them stopping. And obviously, Arsenal still have a lot of catch up to do, but you guys are still going to come back into this race, whether you like it or not. It's going to happen. And I'm not saying Chelsea's in a tight race, but Chelsea's going to push each and every one of you guys as well as Tottenham. Obviously, Tottenham's not really been doing great, but they are picking up the form, right? So all of these teams are going to be pushing, and at some point, City still have to play the rest of these teams again in this league. And if things aren't clicking by that time, look,
They could be in trouble.
They could be in trouble. I'm not saying they are. There's just more of a possibility than the other seasons
and
that they could be in trouble.
And we can't, like, obviously we know how football works, yeah, but we just can't be the people that just say, oh, like, yes, it's happened 4 times in a row. But at the same time, there could be that one year where
be.
it just all crumbles and
Yeah.
it just doesn't make sense in it. And this could be that year because 13 outfield players injury free, and Pep is in press conferences talking about like players fighting through things and stuff like that. Like it doesn't seem settled, and it seemed settled a month ago.
Yeah.
So things have changed a little bit. So it's gonna be interesting to
them
see how they.
115 charges be rattling people.
Boy,
That's what's
it's
going on.
gonna be
I don't- You know what?
interesting.
Actually, to be honest, I don't even. As a Chelsea fan, I'm being dead real. I don't care about no one's injuries because when we were going through, we've been through injuries. Man United last season were going through injuries. It happens. Deal with it, innit?
Fair enough.
Done.
Word too.
Nah, deal with it now.
Let's talk about the biggest surprise package of the season so far. Nottingham Forest
Yeah.
won again at home against West Ham. Was it 3-0?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it was 3-0. Ola Aina, absolute screamer.
I put him in my
Bang
team
on.
as well.
Yeah, same.
Oh, is it?
I put him in my
days.
team.
What?
12
I
points.
put
He's
him
been in
my
my team. He's been in my team.
Him
And I got a
Callum.
keeper.
I put him
But
and
I
Callum
put
in my
Wood in
team.
my team. They yeah.
Hey,
serious.
sorry, before we even skip over that, big up Chris Wood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's doing
My
good.
God, he's doing a
my team.
mad
But the
thing.
whole Forest team, like when you look at their team on paper, it's actually a very good team,
Mm-hmm.
and it has been for a while. That's why everyone was saying to why am I forgetting his name now? Why am I forgetting his name? The gaffer.
Oh, Spirit Santos.
Santos.
Yeah. When he came in, everyone was like, "You need to be doing well with this side because they invested in the squad heavily. Then they started like being more calculated with the signings that they were making.
Yeah.
And now you're looking at this side. You're looking at their left back, right back, their centre backs, their midfield. Like James Ward-Prowse going there on the cheap. You've got Gibbs White in front of him. You've got front three of Elanga, Wood, and Hudson-Odoi, who seems to be back in form as well. Like that's a side that will
Good team.
anyone. Do you know what I mean? I don't expect them to be up there, let's say in the next 10 or 15 games. but they've proven that they're going to be a difficult side and that they can be a side that stays in the league because last few years it didn't look like that.
Yeah.
I feel like this season it's looking like all the teams that you didn't expect last season to get results from the top 6 clubs are definitely out there to do it this season, and I'm loving it.
Including
sure.
Palace.
I'm loving it.
Palace,
Including
Bournemouth,
Palace.
and Nottingham Forest. They're like,
bogeys.
Palace are finding their feet. They're finding their feet
Yeah.
slowly but
Bit by
surely.
bit.
But next game, Spurs versus Villa, 4-1. Villa.
I
I
watched them play
was surprised. I'll be honest.
Yeah,
I was surprised.
Emi's birthday.
That's my. I was surprised. But the biggest surprise for me was Ange's decisions. He took off Son. He didn't start Maddison. But even at the time he took off Son, I think it was 2-1. And then they ended up winning that game 4-1. Maddison came on, he scored. Like, I feel like he's now at a point where he does not care for anyone's feelings.
yeah.
And I
It's
love
it's
that.
just
Ruthless.
results. Yeah, he just
I
moving.
love it.
And they're all accepting it.
Need to be. I mean, to be honest with you, after was it the Arsenal game when they were all celebrating the draw last year?
Yeah.
And it was a big thing, and you could tell even in the post conference with him there, he was disgusted.
Yeah.
He was disgusted. So I think even at that point he was like, all right, we need to shake things up, and especially now where he's sort of doubling down on, I win things in my second season. He don't care about none of you lot's feelings. If you're not playing good, sit on that bench. Yeah, and to be honest with you, that's what most managers need to start
would
doing.
love that. I would
Yeah,
love
you need to
Arteta
be
done a bit of that.
ruthless sometimes. Yeah.
And I love that. And I think with how Spurs have reacted to some of their results now, I think it's a thing of, do we look at them as contenders to get top 5? Are we expecting them to win a trophy? Do you think he's going to prioritise like the Carabao Cup now? Who have they got next? They've got United.
Yes.
They need to win a trophy. Is that their best opportunity at doing it?
Yeah.
And would if you're a Spurs fan, would you mind?
The last thing they won was in early 2000s, and it was the Carabao Cup.
2008.
Carling Cup, sorry. It wasn't even a Carabao Cup back then. So
Carling
they
Cup.
will
Go
take
for this.
anything right now. Like, let's be real. So
I want to see Toby on a bus parade, man.
For Carabao Cup.
For Carabao
Please,
Cup, man.
Please,
Hey.
football
That would be
gods.
hilarious.
Wait, what side of the table? I would love a North London derby for a final.
That would be
That
incredible.
will hit like.
I ain't gonna lie. I would love to go.
Sorry.
I low-key wanted Palace to win, man. I wanted them
It
to.
would've
I
been
don't know. You see me. I love Palace. Like
Okay.
I love Palace, and do you know what? If we weren't in it, I would have obviously been rooting for Palace and stuff. But obviously we've got Palace, so you're gonna have to get
you
knocked
gotta
out.
go.
And then Spurs
Eddie
ain't winning.
Nketiah to score a brace. Boy, Eddie Nketiah to score a brace. He hasn't started that well.
No, he's not.
For Palace.
At all.
Is there, this is outside of what we were supposed to talk about, but is there a signing that you're shocked at how well they're doing or how bad they're doing this season so far?
That's a great
I think
question.
Brennan for me is doing quite well. I didn't think he would, and there was that whole little period at the beginning where he was getting a bit of hate from the fans and stuff, and he's just
He's kicked on.
flying. Yeah,
he's doing well. Shout out Brennan, because this is his second season, right?
Yeah,
I think it's
yeah.
his second season.
Oh,
Yeah, because
yeah.
last
Yeah.
season he wasn't great, and
Yeah.
everyone was
No.
like, "Why?" He had a few injuries, but yeah, he's playing well. Anyone else?
I'm not too sure, you know. Yeah, my mind's gone blank a bit as well.
That's interesting.
Man said
Yeah.
you spun that on us.
No,
Yeah.
who's the one that he left Brighton? Oh my gosh, and he's gone.
Buonanotte. Winter.
Yeah, he's been playing kind of well.
I don't know who that is.
No,
Buonanotte.
Oh, Buonanotte from
Buonanotte.
Brighton. From
Brighton.
Brighton,
Oh,
yeah. He's on
okay.
loan at
He's
yeah.
he ain't been doing too bad, man.
Even what's his name now? It's all coming to me. Liam Delap. He scored. He's scoring.
Yeah.
He's starting to start
Scoring.
firing at Ipswich, which is nice to see.
Scoring. What about my biggest? It wasn't a surprise, but they need to give flowers to Anana still at Aston Villa, because I've said that he was going to be a great
Yes.
signing, and he's just fitting
Yes.
seamlessly.
Yes.
Like,
You know what it
Yes,
is,
yes.
and the reason why he doesn't get shouts, yeah, even though he should, is because he's just doing business as usual.
Yeah.
This is like he's just literally moved teams, but he's just the same, and he's just quality. It's a testament to his ability. Love that guy.
Hey,
No,
man,
fair
I'm
enough.
just going for the list, and I'm like, I'm not really.
You're not moved by any.
Not
Well, let us know it.
really.
You lot let us know in the comments or shout
really.
Prince on Insta, and he'll let us know in the next.
So his Prince is not Anita now.
Thank God no one DM me.
Let's go into the women's game. Neats, what are you telling me, man? Because Chelsea are
Bruh.
flying.
Chelsea are always
as
flying.
usual.
Yeah. 5 wins in 5 games. It can't get better than that. But obviously this weekend, I actually didn't watch the WSL, if I'm being honest with you.
I watched just a bit of the second half of Chelsea's game.
Chelsea-Everton.
Comfy.
I'm telling you, right now, Chelsea's in a sweet spot where not all their players are fully fit. So you ain't got Lauren James there. We ain't got Sam Kerr there. And we're not even starving for goals. We have scored 20 goals in 5 games. That's 4 games. That's 4 goals a game at least. That's crazy for the start of the season to come in with that much injuries and a new manager as well. So when I say Sonia Bompasta...
Serious.
I was saying it.
Yeah, you were,
Sonia
you were.
is a serious manager. Yeah. But obviously, Crystal Palace, they played Man City, and Copes actually went to the game. So Copes.
Yeah, I mean, it was cruise control for City, to be honest with you. And not even just that, actually, no, let me take that back, actually, because to be fair to Palace, the last couple of games I've seen them in the WSL, it seems to be the same thing. First half, they actually kind of give it to teams. Even the Chelsea game, I think it was 0-0 first half, 1-0 first half, and then somehow they just always seem to capitulate in that second half, and it's just game over at that point. But City was just in cruise control. Seeing people like Hemp, Shaw in real life and see what they do. It was impressive.
And obviously, you're a big fan of Bunny Shaw. How was it like watching her in real life?
Yeah, no, she's a star still. She's a star still. I'm not gonna lie. And you know what? And I'm watching. I'm just thinking this is so greedy of City because I'm watching. I'm thinking, men's team got Haaland, women's team got Shaw. Like I'm watching Shaw, and I'm just like, she's just bullying defenders. She gets what she wants. I'm just like, nah, this is not fair.
Same type of profile, isn't it?
Literally, it's literally. I was like, yeah, so nah. But no, it was good. It was a good experience.
I think the one thing of that the women's game is doing right now, and the men's game are doing so well, is kind of like allowing the women to play in the men's stadiums. So Arsenal, I think you guys played Manchester United, am I right?
Yep.
And it was in a stadium as well. And it's like seeing a lot of fans going to these stadiums is really impacting the way women's football is currently being viewed. And obviously, I'm going to come to you because Arsenal seem to have spearheaded all of this. So what is it like being an Arsenal fan, going to the Emirates Stadium and watching those women? And what's the atmosphere like over there as well?
Atmosphere is amazing because I mean we kind of had that record of having so many fans in a stadium for the women's games last season, I think the season before that as well. So there's been a huge like uplift, and even it's so funny because like even if you go onto like the app, the Arsenal app, and then you start looking at there's like this reward section like based on how many times you've gone to like different games. And in the reward section, instead of like being able to like kind of join a draw, you literally can use your points that you've earned to go to like the women's games. So they really do push it. They're like, you know, if you've kind of built up points from going to these different games, here's some points, use it on there, go to the women's games, support. And I'm seeing every time I go in there now, I'm seeing sold out. So I'm like, it's fully working, and I love how there's all these little different ways to get a lot of people to the women's game, and it just brings a different kind of perspective. You know, it's like it's nice to see so many. And it's not just like the female fans that people would expect. It's like the males and the children. Everyone is there and they've all chanted, and it just feels like just a normal day in North London being there for the women's game. So I feel like it's really picking up, and I think it's here to stay.
Honestly, I feel like Chelsea need to get some lessons from Arsenal because Chelsea is currently trying to sell out tickets as they're going to be playing Manchester City at Stamford Bridge on the 18th of November, right? And it's always a struggle to sell out Stamford Bridge. And Stamford Bridge is sizably smaller than the Emirates. So it's kind of like, what is Chelsea and their marketing team doing wrong or doing that Arsenal's not that Arsenal's doing that we're not doing? Like I just can't put my finger on it. Like, Prince, when you see that a women's game is coming to Stamford Bridge, do you hear about it? Do you feel moved? What is it?
Yeah, like I feel like, especially the last time I went to Stamford Bridge, I feel it just needs to be a bit more oomph, especially for how well we actually do. Yeah. I feel like, and the thing is, it has got better, but there can still be more. There can be incentives. I don't know if maybe. And I think all teams, they might just need to start doing package deals, and we just start. Do you know what I mean? Different things that you could just get the excitement over there and fill the stadium, because bro, we're winning trophies non-stop. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? If we want to see our team win trophies right now, you know what I'm saying? Like, go over there, we're gonna win. And the thing is, you're gonna see some quality players. You're gonna see everything. So I just feel like, as an overall football across the board, just need to just push it a bit more for their women's team. Let's get behind them and just get it cracking, man.
So what we saying? We're all doing a quick trip to Stamford Bridge. Chelsea versus Man City.
I'll go
I
to- I'll go
promise
to the-
you, Chelsea versus Man City in the WSL
I'll
is a
go.
cracker.
I'll go to.
It's a
I don't need
cracker.
no excuse to go to the bridge. I'll go to the bridge right now. Word.
Word, but no one's there. No, I love
No
that.
one's there, and I'll sing.
I love that. Well, there's a few shout outs as well in the women's game. I can't remember who scored it, but for Brentford in their FA Cup.
Ashley
Oh, overhead kick.
Great finish. But
Jesus.
hopefully we can.
It was even just it's just everything.
Everything
it was
about
the
the
delivery,
goal,
like
yeah,
a
yeah.
boom, and then the way she just got up and was like,
Yeah.
Do you
crazy.
know what?
Crazy.
Cheatley in that Brentford team. We went to the Brentford game when they I can't remember who they played. Who did they play? Clapton, when they played Clapton, right? And she was just running the field. I was just looking at her like, wow.
what's in
You,
the hattie, innit?
soon, hopefully, if they do get their promotion, and obviously they're still quite far away from getting to the WSL, she's one of those players that will probably be ones to watch. But let's see if they get there first.
No, fair enough.
She's cold.
Fingers crossed for Brentford.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, very special.
Next shout out is for the under 17 women's World Cup. England came 4th, which is a step in the right direction. Korea DPR won, actually. I'm not gonna lie, didn't watch any of that tournament.
Yeah.
But I feel like I saw the England team being
Praised.
being praised
Yeah.
for where they were gonna finish. There's someone that I actually do want to shout out though, that's playing in the England ranks. She's currently on loan at Brighton, plays for Arsenal. Michelle. Have you seen her? You ain't seen her. Michelle. Is it Michelle Achiampong?
Oh, now you put the last name to it.
Nah.
It's like,
No, do you
you
know
said
her?
Michelle.
What's her surname? Nah, because she is, yes, Michelle Achiampong.
Chiapong.
Serious baller.
Yeah.
And
Yeah?
it's mad because she went my church.
Oh,
That's okay.
Like my old
right.
church. But her dad was so dedicated to her, like
Yeah.
her like football journey.
Yeah.
She's one of those players that I guarantee you in the next 3 years, yeah, quote me on this, she'll be one of the best players in the WSL. 100%.
Big up all the girl dads
100%,
out there
yeah.
pushing their girls to do
Pushing,
football, man.
pushing.
And where's she
Big
at now?
up
You
the
said
girls.
Brighton.
Brighton. She scored a free kick recently for, I think it was England under 21s, I believe it was, and it was the winner as well. So yeah, man, big her up,
an eye
man.
out.
She's doing bits. But yeah, before we end, let's give another shout out to Cortez for another link up with Nike. That ad was incredible, you know.
Yeah, man.
That ad was
Yep.
incredible still. I kind of wanted to be in it. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, I just need to get shouted for these type of things, bro. Like, I know I'm not going to do kick-ups and that, but, bro, like, let me hold the mic or something. Like, let me just do something. Because, you know, it just looked so wavy.
Yeah, man.
Everyone in it looked wavy, bro.
Cold.
Like-
there was no dialogue, was there? Like
No.
there was not a lot
No,
of dialogue,
no.
but just watching it.
Just
was
music
like,
and ball.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
vibe, innit?
That's it. Just a
They
vibe.
just
Vibe,
get,
aura.
like,
They know what to do.
Cortez proper, like, they get the culture in it.
Yeah.
Like, they get how to, like, just be,
They know,
yeah,
they're-
like,
they know how to
definitely-
advertise without advertising.
Yeah. They're definitely a partnership that the culture needed
Mm.
because I feel like although Nike has always been that brand that everybody looks up to and says, oh my God, it would be so great to do something with Nike, they were still missing that edge to bring the culture together with that brand, with that branding that Adidas do so well because obviously all them years back they acquired Stormzy and you're thinking, oh yeah, look at what you're doing for the culture. So what are Nike's doing with Cortez right now? Boy, take my money anyway. Take my money.
Yeah.
Take my money.
But it's actually mad because I
send
heard
some
that.
stuff.
No word, send us something. You know. But
Are there Air
apparently
Maxes
Nike
still
was
there?
struggling, like in terms of like reaching out to the our
our
demographic and everything
demographic.
because of the fact that everything is overpriced. And, like I saw a video recently where someone went into the Nike store and it just was empty, bro. Like, and that's just not a thing. Like, or it shouldn't be a thing, innit? Like, this is an Oxford Circus. Like, you should always be busy. But with the raffles, with the prices, with everything, I feel like
Everything's
changing.
it's just
so
a little bit
they needed it.
unattainable now. Like their stuff is just so unattainable. So it's like I can't walk into a Nike store and get dunks. Why can't I do that?
Yeah,
Do you know
yeah.
what I mean?
They need to go
And
back
yeah.
to their roots, man, because I don't understand.
The resellers are ruining it.
Yeah.
You're ruining it.
And we're just gonna go to, you know, those unique brands that it looks like Nike, ain't got a Nike tick on it. Bro, we'll go there, bro. You know,
Who is we?
ain't no
There ain't no
we.
we in this
So
one,
we-
brother.
Nah.
Nah.
That's how it is.
Everyone's went. What is that, Puma?
I'm on Puma today.
Yeah, no, but see, even Puma, at least you can actually go there and cop it.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm
okay,
saying.
fair
And
enough.
Puma are on the rise as well. Like even Adidas, they had to realize that you're doing competitions, but you better start giving us more books. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, cause them sambas, man.
But yeah, that's the main. That's it for this week's episode, man. Is there anything else that I'm missing?
Man, we could have talked more about Arsenal.
We could have still.
I'm
Is that 5
telling
minutes?
you.
Is that
I'm
5 minutes?
telling you.
Is that
Say what you gotta say.
Oh, yeah, go on. Yeah,
Hey,
yeah, go on. Yeah,
hey,
let's do it.
all I'm
Yeah.
saying,
Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. Go on.
No.
Go on.
There's not an obsession. I promise you, there's not an obsession. I even got no energy for you guys doing all. Like the episode's done. Let's just close it off. It's fine.
Nah, we got the 5 minutes.
Nah,
Come on.
it's fine.
Let's hear
It's
it.
fine.
Because you brought it up. You brought it up again. You haven't brought it up again.
Well, unfortunately, guys, it's time to go home.
Yeah, nah, fair enough.
Okay.
The thing is, and my only thing for that Arsenal conversation is that it is just very interesting to see the capitulation.
Oh, so
of,
now you
like,
got words.
the whole because I wanted us to make sure that we spoke about other stuff because we could talk about Arsenal the whole pod. But it's just interesting to see how Arsenal fans are reacting to the loss to EDU. Like everything that's happening around the club, like even Saka not taking on another Chelsea graduate, Lewis Hall, who was great in that game. Like it was just interesting.
I don't remember that. I don't remember.
You believe that
Yeah.
Lewis Hall was the only person marking him? You're out of your mind.
No, but-
Let's not be silly now.
No, but come on,
Let's not
come
be
on.
silly.
So he was.
Let's not.
So there was 2 men on him, so he couldn't do anything. Is that what
No,
we're saying?
I'm not saying that because he's managed to pull off many different things with being marked by 3 man.
Yeah.
The same way Palmer gets marked and didn't do anything in his last game. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think sometimes it happens.
and to be
right?
fair-
Did you say that, Sam? Right?
Yeah. No, but Saka's
Thank
got
you.
more XP behind him. So
Oh, now he's got more
No,
XP.
but he should. He has got more XP.
He
I
does.
thought he was the best player in the league.
No, but he's got way more
Most
If he's the
informed.
best player in the league,
No, at that
then
point,
he
he was
should
the
be able
most
to get out
informed.
of it, right?
Okay.
At that point, it was the most informed.
Hey.
But if we're talking about Arsenal, if we're going to be completely honest, it's just going to be interesting for me to see what happens in the next few games. Because if Chelsea win that game, Chelsea win that game,
Yeah.
On Monday, you'll have to arrest me.
Yeah, if
You'll have
Chelsea
to
win that
arrest me.
game.
Call
Yeah.
in sick. Call in
please,
sick.
please.
And if you lose,
Arrest me.
If you lose that game,
then what? Then what?
we
It's just
should-
a loss.
No, we shouldn't lose.
Oh,
we should win.
please.
We should win.
Whoa,
But
whoa,
if
Whoa, Sam.
we
Sam.
win,
Oh, please.
no, we should win. If we're talking about how we are now,
Sam.
and we're at home, I'm expecting Chelsea to go into that game and wanting to win the game. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
I will see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Are you confident?
don't
though?
let us
No,
win.
but are you
Don't let
confident?
us win.
Going into that game, are
Don't
you
let us
confident?
win.
Are you confident though?
I'm
Don't
confident going in that
don't
game.
let us
You're
win.
confident.
I'm confident going
Yeah,
in
why?
that game. What am I supposed to be scared of?
So you're more fearful of Bournemouth and Newcastle than you
I
are of
wasn't
Chelsea.
fearful of them. We should have won that game. Same way
Yeah.
we should win against Chelsea.
Fair.
I was never
Yeah.
fearful of Bournemouth. I was never fearful of Newcastle. We should have won those games.
And that was the annoying thing
How
about
would you-
Newcastle
we're
because
not
Newcastle
getting
weren't even that
free.
great, and that's what
Yeah.
that's what vexed me.
How
They
you-
weren't
how
that
would-
great.
How would you
That's how
line
I
up
feel
in
about
that
United.
game?
That's how I felt about United, by the way.
But it's the
How
fact
would
that
you
this
guys line up in that game against Chelsea?
It's going to be the same thing.
Yeah,
yeah, it's quite similar now.
If it's the same thing, I think I'm actually with you.
No, but my only thing is, it's just
I'm
that it's
actually
just
with
new.
you.
My
Hold
only
on.
thing is with Arsenal is the set piece thing. You lot have got that one smashed. That's the only thing
against
that I can say.
Newcastle, their set pieces were trash.
No, but that's because
That's
Newcastle
one-off.
are giants.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Newcastle
Yeah.
are giants.
And that's a
All-
one-off.
all-
Hold on, one-off game, and all of a sudden it's like,
Declan
oh,
Rice
it's about
was
set
I was
pieces.
fishy.
and by the way, I just
Fishy.
wanted to say that, like, bro, it's gonna be very difficult for Chelsea to face any top team when we keep giving goals away.
Yeah.
All right, because I can tell you from now what's probably gonna happen is the same 2 culprits are probably gonna give a goal to Arsenal, and then it's going to be a very difficult game. So let's,
Of course,
so-
because once they get one goal, they
and then
sit back
and
like
then
crazy.
and that will be away from set pieces that we give that goal away.
Pardon?
Once you guys get one goal, you sit back like crazy. Look at me again. I'll
Nah,
repeat it.
nah.
You do.
Oh, come on, we've got to stop this. We've got to stop this
Did-
narrative,
did-
I
man.
don't know.
Nah.
Just
I'm
because you've
I'm
got
not gonna-
injuries
I'm
and-
not gonna
It's true. You
jump.
guys sat back.
Because you're talking about the
I'm not
so
gonna
you talk
jump
about
it
the
like
games
that.
where we've had like a man sent off or we've had a weak back line. That's what you're referring to.
And even just Liverpool the other week.
Yeah,
Bro.
but they think that because you had an injury that you had to sit back.
You
But
didn't
I-
need to
I
sit
hear what
back.
Nietzsche's
That's-
saying,
that's
though.
all I'm
This-
saying.
it's
That's
been-
it.
it's been
All right,
used.
That's
listen,
it.
nah, all right,
You
you
didn't
know
need
what?
to sit back. So
Okay.
they're gonna get one goal. We're gonna have to break down their low
But
block.
so do you
That's
not
not
think?
the-
Do you not think I'm wrong in saying the fact that we keep giving goals is not a fear?
No, 100%.
That's the fear.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why.
You lot will give away the goal and we still won't score it because we don't know how to shoot on target.
Nah,
Nah, I don't know.
Sanchez only needs one.
Honestly,
Sanchez only
but
needs one.
No, every single game we gift the goal, so it don't
It's
matter.
really interesting. And the thing is, like,
Sorry, go on.
the thing is, and this is something that I'll just to close off quickly, like, this is just something that I would just love Arteta to do a bit more, is when you're picking a team and you're facing a particular opponent, pick a team that you believe can actually do something against that particular opponent.
Yeah.
Those teams, the same starting 11
Yeah.
every single game.
Similar to
Yeah,
us right
that's
now.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Something.
If tweak it up a little bit, surprise us.
Give me
Surprise
Jesus.
us. Do you
Let
know what
me
I'm
run
saying?
that man a little bit.
Nah,
Do
nah.
you
Do you
know
know
what
what I'm saying?
No.
I'm not gonna lie, I
Because
agree.
again, and against Livramento, he defo done something when he came on. Martinelli weren't trying to run.
No,
at him.
but you're
You know what I
right.
mean?
Like, pick another starting 11. Let's see what they
something
can
else
do.
and see what they can do against that opponent.
Okay,
It might not be the
okay.
same as last week's.
Scorelines. Final prediction for the game: Chelsea versus Arsenal. Because we weren't even going to do this, but we might as well because we're here now. Chelsea versus Arsenal. I'm saying 2-2.
Oh,
Mine as well.
That's safe.
I'm saying
I think
2-2.
2-1 to us.
Fair.
We'll beat your ass.
Fair.
so I was gonna say 3-1 to us, but I'll go 2-1. I'll go 2-1.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think 2-1.
I feel like Neats is going to get the actual scoreline. So go on.
6-1 to Chelsea.
Oh.
No, I'm joking. I don't know. I'm going for. It's gonna be so difficult, but there's gonna be a winner, and I'm going for a 2-1. But I'm just not sure which way. But I think there's gonna be a winner.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I mean, I'm hoping you lot just as you did against United. Don't bring on Nkunku. Don't bring on Felix.
Yeah,
don't bring on all
We
these.
got that.
Don't bring on all these man, because
No, but
Fair
the thing
enough.
is, you think you got that
like
until there's fresh legs running at tired legs. That's a
But
whole
can I
different
just say
ball
that
game.
the top games?
Yeah, that's the
I feel
problem.
like the top games are feeling like top games again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I just
Like, I'm
throw
just
that out there
feeling
though? The top games
spicy.
there's a lot of top before, like I think last couple of seasons. Huh? Arsenal.
I'm joking.
I was about to throw my shoe.
Because I'm not gonna, because you get it, because out of the top 6, because in the now I'm rattled, because out of the top 5, because out of the top 5, there's only one Champions League, there's only one team that ain't won Champions League.
Sam, wrap it up.
So let's start talking about that. Let's start talking about that then.
And that was another episode.
Yeah.
I'm gone, man. I'm gone.
That was another episode of Keep It 90. Thank you for tuning in. We love you, and we'll see you next time. We'll see you next time. Don't you lot stop rattling, man, for no reason though.
Yo, what's going on, peeps? Copes here with Keep It 90. If you enjoyed what you just saw, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube and keep up to date with us on all social platforms.